Which camera? That camera, this camera? You? Ah, fantastic. I love it. I love it. My name is Siya Raymond Sepotokele, commonly known as Siya Raymond, and I'm currently on Impilo, The Scam, The Republic, Grassroots, and The River. The first two are on Mzansi Magic, the last two are on One Magic. Very interesting time in my life. Yeah. I grew up in Orlando East, Soweto. 7, Kaslamakas. I mean, I remember growing up as a kid. I was what you'd call like a special kid, you know? Those kids who get like 5 stars on the books. So I think a lot of people around me never really thought I would go into entertainment. I remember when I was in grade 5, 6, I started singing quite a lot. I would listen to these records playing and I would jokingly like go to my mother and, you know, start like, I don't know, like my voice is just a bit off right now. At the time I was a tenor, but now because I'm a baritone, I'd probably like go to my mother and be like, Mom. He says, which one? And I'm just there like, Madamina, il catalogo questo. You know, jokingly so, not knowing that this would later on become something that basically shapes a path that would ultimately lead to me living what I would say is my dream. Yeah, when I started singing, my mother was like my agent. You know, she was like, thinking about it now, she was my first agent because I was doing that as a joke, but she took it seriously. So we'd be in public and she'd be like, hey, sing, come, listen to him, he sings, you know? And I was just like, But then when I was in grade 6, I was introduced to a guy by the name of Mufugeng, and they said to him, he sings, what can you do with him? He's like a musical director. So this guy said to me, come through, I'll groom you, I'll train you. So this guy started training me, and when I was 13 years old, I started singing classical music. And then from that, I get a full scholarship to this private school in Sandton. So from Supatsela High to, you know, a bougie school in Sandton, I walk in and these kids stand up and they say, sir. I was like, okay, cool. I remember when I got to the school, my mother, who was my agent, says to the teacher, he sings. So now this lady says, sing for me. I'm like, guys, come on, really? So I sing for this lady, and this lady says, oh my gosh, you know, actually, we have a major production coming up. They've already had auditions, but they should have a callback. Just go through so they see you. You might just like cop yourself a role. So I go to these callbacks and I walk in and these teachers are like confused, like, who's this? And I'm like, hi, my name is Siya, I'm new at the school. I was told to come to these callbacks. And they said, do you act? I said, I don't know. They said, do you sing? I'm like, hell yeah. So they say, sing something for us. But because I come from an opera background and this is like a pop musical, I sing an opera piece and these teachers say, yeah, listen, it's not that type of show. Hey, it's not that type of show. So can you give us something lighter? I hit them with the young boys to men. So when I hit them with the boys to men, they're like, that was beautiful. Next assembly, they announced the cast. And guess what? I'm one of the leads. It's like, cool. So that was my first acting gig. So my first role on TV ever, it was a cameo on Isbaya. I remember I had 2 episodes. And in these 2 episodes, I basically played Zamangwenya's boyfriend, Linda Mdoba. Great human being. So how I get this gig, again, my first agent, my mother. Funny, at this point, I'd gone to see her in hospital. She was in hospital, she wasn't well, went to see her in hospital, and she happened to be with one of the directors in the same ward. So this director sees me, and I guess she's watching like our interactions and everything. I get a text from my mother later in the evening, and she says, listen, director is Baya, and she says, like, you should definitely do TV. And I told her that, yeah, no, he's in that line, very, like acting and music and whatever. So I follow up on that, and I'm like, this is dope. This director, let's keep her close, because I also believe in networking so much. You know, I believe in networking so much. I said, let's keep this director close. Let's see what we can do with her. And the story arises on Isbaya. You know, this new family is introduced, and they need a boyfriend to beat up. I get a call, and they say to me, hey man, listen, we want you to come and play this cameo for us. Yeah, something small, nothing major. And I said, you know what? I'm down. I was super excited, man. I ran with it, went there. My first TV role, listen, man, I know that there's some people who will say to you, when I started off on TV, I was a background artist, I was a bartender at Zalanang, you know, and yeah, it was nice, man, as an experience. I was working with all these celebrities. Listen, I am happy and glad and super proud to actually say my first TV role was a cameo that actually paid me a call fee. You know what I mean? Because that on its own, it kind of shaped the way forward in terms of the business side of this job that we do. Look, right now, I'm playing 4 different characters on 4 different shows. Shows which are currently running at the same time, you know? It's very overwhelming, but also very exciting, because ever since I got into the industry in 2016, I think my goal has always been to share my gift with people and to basically be known for my work, you know? I'm not really one to go out and say, yeah, I can do this and I can do this, I can do this. I'd much rather show you what I can do, you know, for you to be like, yo, that guy. I think the best way to earn respect is by the way you act, you know what I mean? And by giving respect to people, you receive respect. It's as simple as that. And I also believe that this is why I'm where I am today, because of like work ethic and mutual respect, you know, in the workplace. So it's very exciting, man, to play these roles. And there was such a huge responsibility because these are very big shows. And I respect my audience so much that I never wanted to cheat them in the slightest in all 4 shows. There's a point where I was shooting 2 of the shows concurrently, where I had to switch from one character to the other in literally like 10 minutes of driving from one set to the other, you know? But because it just requires so much discipline as an artist as well. And I mean, it's like you pay homage to the craft itself, that you tell yourself that, you know, it's time to do this, so let's do this, you know, let's get in the game. I'm so humbled, man, to be, I guess, the most trusted actor, to a point where I guess I'm playing these roles that I'm playing right now on television, you know. It's a huge responsibility. It's a huge responsibility, and it's something that I'm very grateful of, you know. And dude, I have got to thank my original agent, my mother. I guess they've instilled this thing in me of just always be humble and do the damn job, you know what I mean? Do the damn job, just deliver. That's all you need to do. You know, when you get a call sheet and you go to work, it's 2 things that happen. As an actor and as a performer, you get there and you act. As the employer and the producer, you make my job easy. and you do your part. You pay me on time. You make sure that I'm fine on set. I really don't need a lot. I just need to be comfortable. That's all. Don't really ask for much. Feed me, give me my scripts on time, and give me a lot of water. I'm your guy.